Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel, Healing with the Majestic Sunset. I am Artest Serena, and I will be doing a general reading for you all. I'm going to do a little sound clearing first. So you may want to turn down your volume for this so it won't hurt your ears. All right. So I'm going to be using this deck, Haters Exposed. So let's expose some of y'all haters collective underneath the deck. They will play victim once they know they're losing. Okay. So let's see. Just going to leave that out. Fell on the floor. Possess an amulet and have it blessed with protection. So right now you may want to get yourself some protection. If you don't have any protection in place, tap into your intuition. You already know who this person is. So whoever the haters are, you already know them. You feel them. You're very tapped in. You're intuitive. You have discernment. Spreading rumors about you. Business rival. Can't stand your grind and hustle. So collective, off the bat, this could be a business rival that's spreading rumors about you. It could be also a love interest that you share finances with. Anyone else that you share finances with, family member who you may have shared some of your finances with, those people can also be coming up as business rival because it has to do with your finances. But but these people play victim. It's to disarm you, so you don't think that you need to protect yourself from them. Okay. With the hangman here, it's almost like you guys wasn't moving forward to get disconnected or detach yourself from this person or whatever environment this was, because you thought things were growing around you. You may not have been you were not really opened up to this whole new world that awaited you. It's like you were stifled. It was only so much you saw. They kept you small. This is a person that was in your life that, didn't want you to go out there and explore the world. And you couldn't see, by being in this upside down energy, you couldn't see the whole world that was waiting for you. That's what I'm getting. So let's see more about this hater. The Emperor. So off the bat, I'm getting the Emperor with, wait a minute. It's the Emperor twice. Okay. I didn't even know this deck had the Emperor twice. Okay, wow. Okay, so it's the Emperor and the Emperor. Okay, so this person, off the bat, I'm getting this person was a bully. And they never expected you to grow up into your power. They never expected you to boss up. And I'm just really looking at his mustache. They never thought that you would grow. This is a person that may have thought that you would have been scared to speak. They always wanted you to bring them their flowers. They always want to seem like they were bigger than you. They had a more high position. Maybe this person was older than you. And they just never expected you to kind of grow into your power. This was the King of Swords at the bottom of this deck. But yeah, so like I said, they never expected you to speak. You know, I just heard speak now, forever hold your peace. So these people never expected you to grow up into your energy and be able to speak from an authoritative position. Exactly. They wanted to keep you tied up. They wanted to keep you small, keep you from speaking what's on your mind. They wanted you to be trapped in your mind. But you're breaking out of that. You've broken out of that. That's what I see. This the Eight of Swords to the Knight of Swords. You've broken out of that. You're running away from that energy of not being able to stand up for yourself, to stand up in your power. You're no longer that teenager that they can overpower, or that small, naive energy that they think that they can bully. You're no longer that. You're no longer taking their shit, collective. Okay, that's what I see. You're saying what you need to say, and that's it. Right, because you want this whole new world. You want a whole new world. And you holding on to that. You're keeping this posture. You're keeping this stance. They cannot get you out of this. You know what you want, and you're going to get it. They cannot keep you stuck. They cannot keep you in limbo. They can't keep juggling you. They can't keep your finances held up. You know, you're learning something new. They're watching you as you work, as you juggle, as you do the thing that you do. Whatever it is that you do. I just heard that song, The Way You Do the Things You Do. I think that's a reggae song. Is that, geez. It's a white reggae group. I don't remember their name right now. It's, geez, at the tip of my tongue. But anyway, they're watching you. They like the way you do the things that you do. They like it. But they don't respect it. They don't respect you, collective. They never expected you to be in a position that they had to respect. So you moving away from them. You saying, like I said, you said what you had to say, and you're moving on. You're moving away. You're moving to calmer waters. You're moving to a place where you can be free. You know, you might be even moving out of a house with these people, moving out of some type of a residence. Whatever family life this was, this also could be a marriage. You're moving away from, you know, whoever this hater was that wanted to have all the authority. It's like two emperors, two people standing in their power. It's like, what you gonna do about it? You know, and they had that same posture. What you gonna do about it? But you're not trying to control them. They're trying to overpower you. They're trying to overpower you and control you. You're saying absolutely the fuck not. Absolutely not. You're standing up for yourself. Knight of Pentacles. It may have taken you some time to get there. Page of Pentacles. Yeah, it's taking you some time to get to this point. But you're having this new beginning. You're planting this new seed. Whatever it is that you're doing, you're nurturing this new project. You know, this new energy that you're in, you're nurturing this. And they're seeing you do this, you know, and they're going to always play the victim. I'm going to put these to the side. They're going to always play the victim, collective. I'll just put them up here. Out the way a little bit. They're always going to play the victim. Okay. And they've been doing this for a minute now. You know, Pentacles can represent years, you know, so it's years you had to go along to get along, you know, play by their rules because maybe you live with this person, but you're done. You're done with this. You're standing up for yourself. I just heard, what is that saying? You kicking ass, ain't taking no names or something like that. Just heard that. Yeah, because you love you. You love you. And it's about damn time. That's what I just heard. It's about damn time that you sit here and love, and you loving on yourself. You know? These people didn't pour into your cup. They didn't show you how to love yourself, because we learn, our first teachers could be our parents, but we learn sometimes by watching. We never saw anybody love themselves. So you really didn't know how to really go in and love yourself. And they never thought that you actually loved yourself so much, because just because you're on the same vibration as these people does not mean you didn't love yourself. It just meant that you didn't know how to navigate through, these tough times of in periods with people who you loved. So you kind of had a distorted view of what love really looked like, but that doesn't mean you didn't love yourself. So a lot of these people, it's been a long time. They probably thought for a long time you didn't love yourself, but I think that, you did love yourself. And this was a tower moment that they finally saw you stand up for yourself, and they could no longer bully you. That was a fucking tower, because all this time they probably thought that you didn't have that much love for yourself. So that was their that was their big ass epiphany. That was their big ass wake up call. Damn, the tower here. That was their big ass wake up call. You set these firm boundaries. And these were people that called themselves setting boundaries for you. And it's like, okay, well, fuck your boundaries. I'll go my own way. And a lot of them said this about your boundaries, right? Fuck your boundaries. They were going to overstep them, because look, all of this finished. Oh, she can just step over that. But they can't step over the boundaries you set. So these people wanted you to be a pushover forever. They never expected you to outgrow this energy. They never expected you to be too elevated, too high for this. They never expected you to step into that emperor role. You grew up, and they could no longer talk to you like you were a child. They could no longer treat you like you were a child. That was devastation. That was devastating to them. That was a very devastating period of these people's lives, whatever situation this is. And this catapulted you into your healing. You went quickly into your healing after this tower. And these people need to heal as well. But we already know change is the most thing that will happen in this earth. But most people don't want to change. Days change, time change, seasons change. Their asses need to change. They need to get out of this Knight of Wands, they fly by night type of people. These are, here for a good time, not a long time, fly by night people. They need to go and heal. And you had to go and heal from these people after that tower fell as well. Right, because you're too grown for this. You're too grown. You are an adult. You are somebody that healed these childhood issues. These are people that stayed traumatized. They just grew up in body, in age, but they're still have the intellect of a 12-year-old. That's why they thought that they can always be over everybody, talk down to people, talk down to you, and these people, they just became your biggest motivators. Your biggest haters are becoming your biggest motivators. You overcame this. You're stable all by yourself. You have this posture of this stance that you have. You cannot be wavered. It cannot be broken. They cannot break you down. If they could break you down in the past, they can't do that shit today. They don't want nothing with you today. It's a whole new life. It's a whole new world. Okay, they just want to come out. King of Swords. We had the King of Swords on the other deck. To the Fool. You guys saying what you have to say and you walking away. That's it. You said what you had to say. And a lot of you walked away in silence because his sword is down. You know, you just knew. Your intuition told you what to do. So whether your intuition told you to say something or not, you're doing exactly what your intuition is leading you to do. King of Swords here again. You are definitely in your power. Definitely. It's almost like you are matching their energy. This person break out the King of Swords, so do you. They broke out their Emperor, so did you. You see what I'm saying? You stepping up to your power. You're showing them, look, you're not gonna take me down, and it's not gonna be an easy feat either, motherfuckers. You turning your back on this. You already have the foresight you need to move forward. You don't even have to say anything. Both of these, the sword is down. You said everything you had to say. They can't change your mind. Okay, you're matching their energy beautifully. You are the mirror for these people. You're the motherfucking mirror. You're the mirror. It's either if you don't like what you see, then you need to change. If you don't like what you see, then motherfucker, you need to change. Because you already going through your death and rebirth. That's why you're stepping into your power. These motherfuckers need to change. They need to change. They cannot go where you're going. Okay? Whatever you're investing in is growing now because why? You're not investing in them anymore, right? You're moving ahead. You know, somebody may feel left out in the cold. They may want to send you a message. They could have even sent you some work towards you, some spiritual work to try to keep you feeling in this low energy against your finances, making you not feel well in your body. These are fucking haters. Whoever this is, they're haters, your biggest motivators, your biggest supporters. That's who they have become. Your biggest motivation to move your ass forward. That's who these people are becoming. Your haters are your motivators. Say thank you. Thank you, motherfuckers. Right. These are low down, dirty, the lowest of the lowest of the fucking lowest. These people are low vibrational. That's who that's who these people are. I just heard get low. They down and dirty and nasty with it. You know, even their sexual energy is disgusting. These are nasty, low, manipulative type of people that wanted to keep their hooks in you. This person, these people, this situation, whatever this is, they wanted to keep you down there. They wanted to keep you low so they can steal your new beginning. So they can steal your new beginnings. They can steal your new life that you're walking right into. You're being led to. King of Swords again. Look, King of Swords, but this time this is a woman. Your masculine and feminine energy are balanced, baby. Okay? You are grown. 5 of Wands. You're playing chess. Okay? You're beating them at their own game. You checkmated them. Okay? You're beating them at their own game. This is your energy right here. This King of Swords, like I said, you are the King of Swords here 3 times. The Emperor was, 2 times. You saw that this Emperor fall with the other Emperor underneath. You're matching their energy so beautifully. You're beating them at their own game. You didn't even know you was playing this fucking game. You didn't know you was playing a game. But you beating them at their own game. They got to crown you. I don't even know how to play the game. But they got to crown you. Okay? You the queen on this board. Okay? You the strongest piece on here. Okay, you are in your energy, male or female. You are in your energy right now. You are in your element and you are matching their energy. You are the mirror for these people. You are the definitely are mirroring these people. You the mirror for them. Okay. This is the King of Cups to the devil. Nah, you don't want this. And they don't want none of what you got either. I mean, because you the Queen of Swords here. So nah, you cutting this shit off. You know, it's like I see this, she's holding a needle. It's almost like these people pierce your heart. They pierce your heart and you cutting them the fuck off. They coming in with their, this love bomb. This is a love bomber. These are people that's pretending to love you. They don't love you. This is so that makes me believe that whoever this hater is someone close to you. It said business rival, and that could be a business partner, but anybody who you share finances with, that's who these people are or could be. But you already know because you already tapped in. You're very tapped in. It wasn't easy for you either. It wasn't easy for you. Putting is like that saying that goes something about the eye of a camel. It's not easy. It's easier for, I don't even remember the saying. I remember when the camera goes off though. But it's easier for, geez. Now I'm stumped. Hold up. Let me see the saying. Hold up. Okay, the saying is, it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter the kingdom of God, right? I don't really use the word God. I use the word Most High, because we all are our own gods and goddesses. And that's the problem. These people have God complexes. They want to rule your life as well, So these people are stiff-necked people. These people are far from the Most High. These people, they chase money. They chase anything and obsess with anything of the flesh, of this world. So it's justice for you to cut their asses off because they already pierced your heart. Just like I said earlier, with this Three of Swords and this justice here, it's justice for you to cut their asses off too. King of Pentacles, the Empress. So it's justice for you to nurture yourself, to nurture your physical world, your finances, and it's gonna grow. That's your karma for good things to grow in your favor. And it was because you are doing the work of cutting these people off. You're being that mirror. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing. You have elevated to the place you needed to elevate to, Okay, this wanted to come out. So you might not be exactly where you want to be right now, but you're far from where you were. And you are building this up on good ground. And, you should have been a lot farther. And it was because, you had to see who you needed to hold back from. These people couldn't come with you. Not everybody is meant for you to share your physical world with, whether it's your finances, your body. So these people shouldn't be in your energy at all, like your physical energy. They shouldn't be in your vicinity at all. So you will get to where you want to be. You will. And you're doing everything in the upright. You're doing everything from a place of integrity. Is morally right for you to protect yourself from these nasty individuals. It's more than right for you to do that, collective. Six of Pentacles. This, my last reading, this same card came out in this same placement. It's time for this, with the Six of Pentacles, this Eight of Wands. It's time for the Most High to pour into your cup. No one poured into your cup, so now the Most High is going to do it. So this is coming from a place of abundance, high authority, and this is happening fast. And you are massively protected. With like you, it's almost like you're protected and you're taking the protection with you. All these umbrellas here represents the umbrellas that these people had over them. Your energy, just being in your energy was protecting all of these people, and you are taking yourself and your protection with you. So these people are exposed now. They're not protected underneath your umbrella. They have to do the work for themselves. They have to do the work for themselves now. And you're getting back everything you've lost. Everything you've lost, you're getting back. Seven of Swords. To the Hangman. See, these people don't want you to get your abundance. They don't want your cup poured into. See, these people never intended to pour into your cup. They never intended you to even get your needs met at all. They never intended this. Now they're held up. They're in this Hangman now because you're no longer sitting in this Hangman position. Okay, you had to wake up, and see through these people's bullshit. Page of Pentacles. See, they thought you were naive. They thought you could be easily confused, easily distracted, and you wasn't. Yeah, you might have been confused or disillusioned for a little while, but you're solid. You're planting new seeds. You're very resilient. They expected you to not try to learn anything new. These people are studying you too. They're heavily studying you. They're trying to study your moves. Look at this. The World, that's over. You had the strength to close out these cycles with these people. You're looking for something new. You're looking towards new horizons. So you definitely planting seeds in somewhere else, in a whole new world. Literally. Some of you, will be traveling. You want to see the world. Three of Wands here. But you already have the foresight. You already know what's coming in for you. You already know that it's coming. She's sitting here with a surfboard. She know that the wave's going to be just right for her to go in and surf. It's not going to be long, So this is happening now. This could have already happened for some of you. If you're wondering about this deck, I think this is the Dream Keepers Tarot deck. I absolutely love this deck, by the way. Nine of Pentacles. Can you say self-sufficient, independent? Queen of Pentacles, like I said, self-sufficient, independent. They can't stop you. You already know what you're waiting on. You already know what you want. You already know your harvest is moving forward, not backwards. These people are stuck in the past. You're turning your back on the past. Yeah, you turning your back on the past. You might be taking yourself, your children, your pets, and you're moving on. A little birdie told you, whispered in your ear and told you to move forward. A lot of you are just staying focused. Focus on the things that you really want. You're listening to your intuition. You're able to be in that period of a place of calm, so you can hear your intuition. You can feel that discernment. And these people, these people are in just agony. They're in pain. They miss you. This person could feel very, very lonely and alone without you. They missed, they miss. It's almost like you always came in with good energy, good news. They're hoping to hear from you, and that would be good news for them. Yeah, but you busy. You busy. Yeah, I just hear not too busy for you. So they not too busy for you now, right? That's Kenny Lattimore. They're not too busy for you anymore. This could have been a love interest, this demonic ass energy. Somebody wanted to be their little sex slave. But anyway, yeah, for with all these pentacles here, it makes me feel like you felt like it was just about the physical with this person, and now you're diverting your attention to what's working for you. And what's working for you is to be independent, self-sufficient, all on your own. That's what's working for you. You're mastering yourself. And as you master yourself, you will master whatever gift you have that's going to bring your finances up. And they won't be able to have this stronghold over you anymore. You're too strong. You're turning your back on this. You're too strong for this demonic energy here. They can't pull you in. You are in your energy. You have stepped into your power. That's what this is. You have stepped into your power, and you're too strong. They cannot overpower you. The moon. There are some things that was hidden from you in the past. But it's like your intuition is so strong. It's like the thing, you may have known certain things before it was revealed to you. You might have had a feeling, you wasn't sure. You might have wanted some physical proof of certain things. But I just see that it looked like I'm looking at this wolf howl at the moon. It's almost like your intuition was screaming to you, but it was like that light side. Yeah, it could be about family, but you're balancing out. Your finances will balance out. You are stepping into your own inheritance, because you're doing the work. You've done the work on yourself. You know what I'm saying? You are very tempered. You're very patient. And, some of you may be losing patience at this time. And, just hold on. Just hold on. Keep that balance, because you might be losing a little patience here. It might be and it was the end of you being patient with these motherfuckers. That's another thing. That was the end of that shit. You're no longer being patient with these people, collective. You are no longer being patient. A lot of you with this Virgo energy here, you went into solitude. You were doing some soul searching. Doing a lot of healing. Thinking about the past. Things you could have done differently. Things you should have done differently. Don't stay there too long either. Because we can't, we can make things better going towards the future, but we can't change the past. So you can't change these people. Let them stay down there. Let them stay asleep. They're in a deep comatose state. These are the Walking Dead. These people that's what it reminds me of, the Walking Dead. It says in the fall during Libra season, within 1 to 2 weeks of Libra season, King of Air. So how many times this King of Swords energy is going to come out? You are a mirror. You're cutting these people off. This is Scorpio death, breakup, endings, let go. You're done. It's like you have had it. You are cutting these motherfuckers off. That's all I'm saying. Look at all these times the King of Swords. How many times the King of Swords out here? 1, 2, 3, and it was one over here, 4. So 4 times the King of Swords came out here. You're not dealing with these motherfuckers no more. You don't want no more. I just heard, hell no, we won't go. Y'all not doing this anymore. You're not dealing with this. Whoever this hater person is, Aquarius, the star. You guys are going towards your wishes. You know, you've been inspired. You know, you have faith because of the healing that you're doing. You know, all the healing work that you're doing on yourself is giving you hope. This full energy, Uranus energy, innovation, opportunity, jump in, rebel. You're the rebel with the cause. It's you. You're in this healed energy, and the devil, they can't do shit about this. These people are addicted to your energy, okay? And they wanted to restrict you, and they can't. They wanted to hide this from you. These people are very deceptive. These people are very, very, very deceptive, and it's deceit here as well. And you have an appreciation for this devil energy. The devil is what, the 15? You have an appreciation for being able to see through their bullshit. You see what I'm saying? You have an appreciation. You're thanking these people because you know why? They showed you exactly who they are, and you're fucking believing them now. This 7 right here, that's the Chariot. You moving out of the way of this deceptive energy. Okay? You're moving out of the way of this deceptive energy. July 15th may mean something to someone. July 25th, July 16th. But definitely, and you're called to have some patience because you be patient with yourself. You're called just to be patient with yourself. But these people, they tap dance on your last nerve. You have no more patience for deceitful ass energy like this. You know, you don't have any more energy for these people. You are entering a new life. This new life here, your new beginning. That's all this message is talking about. You having a new life. And with the earth here, everything you touch gonna grow. You are nurturing this right now. And this could be a soulmate, like you're nurturing yourself so you can be in alignment with a whole new soulmate. Because it could have been a soulmate energy that fucked you over. That's this business rival type energy. It could have been a soulmate. Whoever you share finances with. This could have been family, whomever. Let's see what else this deck has to say before we close out. Scorned love, an old fling of your recent ex-partner still feels deep pain of rejection and betrayal. So they're mad because they can't betray you anymore. So you moving on with yourself is a betrayal to this deceitful ass energy. This could be a scorned love interest that you had, but you already know who it is. Whoever you are, whoever this reading is gonna resonate with, you're gonna already know. The first person that popped into your mind, you already know who this person is. Whether this was a boss, an employee, it could have been an employee of yours. You could have gone into business together. This could have, be anybody in your family, a love interest of some sort. This person is scorned because you're moving on. You're moving up. You're moving on up to the east side. Okay. You're going towards your North Star. Okay. You moving up. You're not going to be down there with them people anymore. Their social media posts, memes are directed towards you. So these people just, gossiping about you. They could have had some social media posts. Who knows? Who cares? Root work. Seek someone to help you with a protection spell. So like I said earlier, you guys want to protect yourself, protect your energy. You can do this stuff for yourself. You know what I'm saying? You can get your protective, a protection candle. and you can say whatever it is your heart tells you to say, to block out, and put this on your little ancestor table. Hopefully you guys have an ancestor table, or you have a place where you give pay homage to your ancestors, give ancestors money, whatever it is that you give to your ancestors. Let's see what else. Pyrite helps shield you from the harmful effects that technology can have on the mind and body. So this is pretty much just talking about protection for yourself, causing you to miss out, lose an opportunity. So these people that's been attaching themselves to your energy, they could have had you losing out on opportunities, financial opportunities. This could be people that, you felt physical changes in your body because they were worrying you so much. These two cards fell out over here. They constantly convince people that they are this and that. Okay, so these people like attention, they like to be praised. Unexplained body welts, bruises, and scratches. And these motherfuckers, they're probably waking up with bruises and unexplained scratches on their body, especially you already protected. Okay, so this just pretty much showing you that how much you are protected from these things. And a lot of you have been doing rituals, extra rituals. It's always good to protect yourself as much as you can in the physical, because they're protecting you in the unseen realm. So you just have to do your due diligence here in the physical. That's all this look like it's telling me, because you have an umbrella of protection, against a lot of these things. And they're probably waking up with unexplained bruises and shit, because of all the negative energy that's just going back to them. These people will cause you to miss out on a lot in your life, and you're done with it. You're just done. And these people, they're just jealous. And whatever, when this new soulmate come in, they're gonna be sending the evil out like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But we protected from that shit too. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be jealous of your growth. These people are just jealous. They're jealous. They're going to stay veiled. They're going to try to stay hidden. They're going to keep trying to wear that mask. These people ain't going to never change. They're just going to keep going around doing this shit. And these people probably humiliated you. They wanted to humiliate you. I don't know if you can see that. But now they're humiliated. Because of your growth, they're going to be humiliated, and with this moon energy, they ain't see this shit coming. I just saw the winter card. So by next winter, something might be happening. Winter time may mean something to someone, but they're not going to see this shit coming. All they deceptive ass, nasty ass energy, it's just coming back to them. You're going to get back what you put out. That's it. These people, they were angry. They were full of rage. They wanted to demoralize you. And look at you. This happy ass energy. Once the sun hits, this nasty ass energy has to go away out of your life. They can keep it. You know what I'm saying? They've already been exposed. So they can keep coming around with their mask on, but you need to cut whoever this is, you probably already cut this person off. And if you wanted a sign, if you should cut somebody off, like you already had that inkling, yes, this is your sign to cut that motherfucker off. You already know who this is. If this your reading, you already know who this is. But anyway, collective, this is gonna be the end of the reading. Let them keep playing victim. And I'm also, what I'm getting with this possessing amulet and have it blessed, some of them tried to curse an amulet of yours already. That's kind of what I'm getting. And maybe if they tried, maybe an amulet of yours could have broken. If anything that's of protection breaks, just go ahead and get rid of it, because that energy, it already absorbed all the energy that it probably could take from that particular piece of jewelry. But that's kind of what I've gotten from this, that they may have, if you're known to wear protection jewelry, they may have tried to curse something you were wearing. But this person is wearing a mask and they want to keep you in fear. These are very prideful individuals. And guess what? They ain't never gonna change. They ain't never gonna change. They're never, you're too pure. You can't, these two energies don't match. You can't be in fear and be in this pure type energy. So they want to keep you in fear so you wouldn't be in this energy, but they didn't know you can see in the dark. You're fine with your shadow self. You're no longer that caged bird. You can fly. You're not in this, they want to keep you in fear. You're not going to be in fear. You're going to move out of this fucking energy. Okay? Because it's not real. Change is here again. These people are never going to change. And they were hoping that their nasty ass energy was going to change you out, this pure type energy. They're the ones in fear. They're in fear, And if they wasn't afraid, they're afraid now. They're afraid now. Confirmation. They're afraid now because your ancestors not playing with these people. Yeah, you the phoenix. They threw you into the furnace to destroy you, only for you to rise up like the phoenix rising from the ashes. A true testament of your strength and resilience. That's you, collective. You are that phoenix. Okay? And some of them even try to body shame you, whether you're too little, you're too big, you're too this, you're too tall, you're too short, fuck them, okay? Fuck them, okay? You do what you want to do. Intention and action, launch all your dreams. That's what you're focusing on. You're focusing on your dreams and your desires. You in this happy, sunny ass energy, because I feel that energy of being happy. I feel the sun. Exactly. I feel that. So these people are in fear. When you're happy, they're miserable. Because these are miserable fucking people. They want company down there. That's why when you was miserable, these motherfuckers were the happy ones. Because they were siphoning your fucking sun. You are the fucking sun. You're the sun, you're the moon, you the stars, collective. You that high vibrating energy. You in that divine feminine and divine masculine energy. No matter what your sex is, you're balanced. They wanted to throw that pure, beautiful energy off. You are stepping into your divinity. Okay? And you're not gonna let nobody tell you different. You're not gonna let these people keep dictating shit and trying to control you and keep you trapped. Jeez. You're no longer doing this shit. But anyway, I love y'all. If you like this reading, give me a thumbs up. If it resonated with you, give me a thumbs up. Share it if you like. If someone you feel needs that will be receptive to a tarot reading. And you want to make a comment. Now my comments are open. So you can leave me a comment. We can connect. Hey, how y'all doing? But anyway, I plan on being here, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I believe this message will go out on this Sunday, so y'all should be seeing this on Sunday. To all the Leos that were born in Leo season, it's Leo season now. Happy solar return, happy birthday, whatever words you use, happy that day. Okay, and I wish you all lots of love, peace, happiness, and wouldn't the sun be right there in this Leo season? Go figure. That might be a reason why I woke up so happy. So anyway, and if you don't feel that energy, it's coming. Embody it. Smile. find something to be happy about. You woke up this morning. If that's the only good thing that happened, hey, you woke up. And if you say, well, I woke up in pain, well, guess what? You can feel it. Because some people can't even move and feel it. So I wake up in pain a lot, especially because I had brain surgery some years back and I still have some complications with pain in my body. But you know what? I was thankful because I didn't wake up paralyzed. They told me one day I can just wake up paralyzed from my neck down. And I said, well, damn. Well, at least I can just feel it still. You know what I'm saying? I can move, So that's a blessing all in itself that you can feel the pain. Because some people can't feel the pain, but they can't move either. But anyway, many blessings to you all. I will see y'all in the next reading. Bye.